more. Blame it on America. I'm pulling off the line, I bought the cash. Her future bright, don't give nobody bad. Be looking good inside the but I noticed that she missing all the edges. I run the game just by running with the poor attitude, they got rich calisthenics. Walking in the courtroom.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Bengals going up against the Packers. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback out of Texas A&M, and that's Ryan Tannehill.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They go play action here on first down. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Unfortunately, Packers fans, they saw a lot of completions like that last year when they were number 31 in the league in passing defense. Now, I know injuries had something to do with that, but that's a ship they're looking to right.
They have to, because what they do so well on offense, in some ways they're wasting by allowing what they're allowing on defense. So now you change things up. Do you play a little more zone where in the past you might have played man-to-man? Do you back off of some of the schemes that you played before and emphasize something new? Bottom line, though, they've got to cover tighter and knock away a few of those passes downfield.
The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Again, it's Hyde. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you can see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. But hold everything. Did they rough the kicker here? Looked like they might have. Let's see. Well, they're lucky. If that was roughing, it would have been a first down. Instead, still fourth.
But now it brings up a decision, doesn't it? Now you're in a position where maybe it changes what you do.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Flushed out right, and he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A look at the numbers from last week for Olsen. 8 catches, 66 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on the field. Because when I hear tight end, I think of the old school, hand in the dirt, blocking on the line of scrimmage. These guys are much more receiver than they are guys who are going to move in the running game.
Here's Johnson, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. The numbers for Johnson in last week's game, 17 carries, 54 yards.
They've won 2 straight games and have done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Second down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
On third down, Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They start the drive with Hyde. Powerful running. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
When you're right on the verge of being a top 10 overall offense in the NFL, you would think that things are pretty good for your team. But the Bengals want to improve. They were 13th in rushing, and for a team that wants to run the football first, last, and always, that's an area that they're trying to jump up in 2017.
On second down, Hyde. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now it's Tannehill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
The Cincinnati defense is well respected around the league, but they didn't play to their standard in 2016. If you just look at the pure numbers, ended up 17th overall in total defense. But in the tough division that they're in, the AFC North, they have to be better against the run. They ranked as 21st in 2016. That's got to change for them to make the improvement they want in 2017.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And hang on here. It's the captain of their offense, Matt Ryan, shaken up and remaining on the ground. So Ryan out, getting looked at on the sidelines. And in his place is the backup quarterback, Matt Moore. Matt Moore, the backup, ready for his first throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Moore now. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Josh Doxson's got it complete. Josh Dotson, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Josh Doxson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again. Moore. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. For Jordy last year, tremendous. NFL's comeback player of the year, 97 catches, over 1,200 yards, and led the NFL 14 receiving touchdowns.
Well deserving to be the comeback player of the year, but I know these types of competitors, they don't like to be the ones to come back from anything. They just want to be consistent, and Jordy Nelson is definitely that.
Moore on 1st down. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play.
We've been together a little while now, partner. How often do we actually describe tight ends as nifty? Because that's what I think of when I see Greg Olsen on the field. His ability to run routes, create space and separation, and make those catches downfield.
And sure consistent. The numbers the last couple years almost identical, and both over 1,000-yard seasons. Play clock about to expire. Mike McCarthy's going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
All right, here we go.
Now Moore throwing on 1st down. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Moore It's complete to Chris Conley. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Chris Conley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Five plays there on that drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. On first down, Tannehill. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. They'll give to Hyde. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That good for 19 at a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They run again with Hyde on first. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. And Walker with it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. And back to the ground. Hyde. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They run it again with Hyde. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
Room here to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. To throw is Tannehill. They will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
He dumps off to Morris. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. On 2nd and goal, there's an option play left. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So it was a drive that seemed to go on for an eternity, forever. Our sponsors were probably saying, hey, we need to get our products in here on these commercials. But after all of that, 3 points as a result.
Yeah, it's hard to say who came out ahead there, isn't it? On one hand, you kept the defense out there a long time. But after controlling the ball for so long and just moving the ball incrementally down the field, a field goal seems like a bad result.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Here's Moore on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw is Moore. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap able to get in and run him down for what'll be a loss of 15 yards. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Packers haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Bengals have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. Now 1st and 10. Ryan's got the completion here, and he ends up at their own 41-yard line before he stopped on the play.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now to return, this is David Johnson. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 1st down, Moore. Escaping the pressure right. Dumping it off for Johnson. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
We're going to talk about what a bonus it is for a running back who's able to catch the ball downfield. Well, David Johnson started his college career as a wide receiver before transitioning. He's got it all.
Well, it showed last year 80 catches from that running back position led the NFL. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Moore now. From the gun, he'll throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They'll try and throw for it here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The number 1 overall pick, Myles Garrett, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. Out to the flat for Hyde. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Tannehill on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit. Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does. And now you give your team a more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
Moore on first down. Connects with Sanu right side. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Oh, now Olsen slow to get up here. Still on the ground. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And now the offense operates in the red zone. They give to Johnson going right. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 2nd and goal as the offense look. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. David Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Tannehill. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Bengals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He's going to air one out, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Here we go now. Green.
Now Moore throwing on first down. Flushed out right. Olsen too much. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. Oh, now Olsen slow to get up here. Still on the ground. We'll check on his status when we get back. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Johnson running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. The Packers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go. Green 39.
Operating from the gun. Moore, flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
As aggressive as Cincinnati is on defense, I was surprised that they only had 33 sacks last season.
Yeah, bottom half of the NFL.
I think that helped contribute to them not making the playoffs. Remember, they had a nice little run going. That's the first time they missed in the last 6.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He'll have the wind at his back here in the 4th quarter. And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
rookie now, following the made field goal to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing 4th quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of...
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is in.
And he's going to go down again. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 30. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here we go now.
Here's Moore to throw on 2nd down. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
First seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here we go now. Green 30.
To throw is Moore. Looking to throw on second down. And he fires one incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Moore. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man. It's his tight end, Lance Kendricks. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps...
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. David Johnson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Packers add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're a guy. By the quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Brings up 3rd.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Now it's the backup Simeon. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, it's Simeon. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And now a first down following that long gain. Simeon got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. To the air again, Simeon.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Barkevius Mingo in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Third and long, it's Simeon. It's brought in by Dodson. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Simeon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. On second down, here's Simeon. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. From the gun, here's Simeon. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, Marvin Lewis sends on the field goal unit. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
Back to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there. And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off. So 2nd and 10 here. Back to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Dwight Lowry. But he will take it on out to the 20-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Packers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.